Hello, everybody. Welcome to spring quarter. Hopefully you had a decent spring break. At least took a little time off if you couldn't do anything because of the world as it is. Uh, on that cheerful note, my name's Audrey. Um, I am the instructor of data analytics and the professor for this class. This video is just to give you a little bit more about me, so you get a little bit more comfortable with me. A quarter is such a short time, especially once a week. So I want to go ahead and get that familiarity started for those of you who have not had a class with me before. And also give you a little bit of my perspective of this class and my teaching philosophy. And that's just to kind of give you a framing for how I approach the class. So hopefully that will be helpful to you as well. Okay, so a little bit about me. Like I said, my name is Audrey Cobb. Um, I'm a PhD. That means that I am dissertation working on it, not quite completed yet. I'm a student here at the Department of Industrial Organizational Psychology. I got my master's from here, my undergrad from Pitzer, which is in California, also in psychology. So I have a psychology background rather than a business background, although I've taken a lot of business classes at both the undergrad and graduate level. So what does that mean for you in terms of my background is that my perspective on things is sometimes a little different than a traditional MBA type person. The classes that we take in the psychology department just kind of gives us a different framing. I also think about data very much in terms of studies. That and HR basically is when I think about data, that's where my brain goes to. A lot of you have very different experiences with that. So hopefully my examples won't be too weird. Also, I use a lot of very geeky examples because I'm a huge nerd. Those of you who were in my last class, I did a lot of the database examples using D&D database because the biggest database I've ever made was for a D&D server. I'm that kind of nerd. So if you are also a geek, don't be afraid to fly your geek flag. And let's see, other identities that are important. I'm a first generation student. My mom graduated from junior high and that's it because she was born right before World War II because I'm old. And my dad did some college. So I've had to navigate the space on my own. So if you're in that boat too, welcome to the club. I can offer stuff, but I think most of y'all are towards the end of your journey. So I don't think I'll be that helpful at this point. I am a non-traditional age student. So I went back to school. So if you're an older student, going through school, right there with you too. I'm Asian American. So yeah, it's been a rough month. So I know a lot of you are in that kind of boat where if you're not Asian American, you're a minority and you've been facing a lot in the world, especially in this last year, but also forever. Yeah, and a woman in a man's space, all of those things. Yeah, so those are some of my identity pieces. Since I do ask that question on the info survey, that was fair enough to share back for you. Okay, so for this class, why data visualization? Why did I, as someone who's in the psychology department, even want to take this class in the first place, much less teach it? Data visualization is just really key in translating the information, because especially in today's world, no one wants to read the long reports. Like, we spend so much time and energy writing these long reports or dissertations, and what do? They just skip to the pretty pictures at the end of the day. So if we can give the information quickly and accurately through images, graphics, charts, graphs, and even text, like in the form of tables, This does so much to help people navigate what we're trying to say, give them the information in a digestible way. There's a lot that goes into that. That includes the aspects of accuracy, accessibility, and just making it, digestible. And so we're going to talk about things like design, as well as learning the technical skills of how to do things in Tableau. Hopefully everyone has a basic fundamental understanding of how to do this in Excel. I think some of you might have come in requiring a certificate of some sort for Excel. You'll get a review though on some of that stuff. And yeah, we'll just talk through like how to make, like what graphs to choose for what, and how to make sure that you're adjusting for things like color blindness, all of those good things. As well as doing the very fancy things like dashboards and interactive graphs. Okay, so the course will cover all of it. Normally, when Dr. Labrie teaches this course, he actually uses Power BI as well. To be honest, that class developed after I took it. I've never used Power BI. I'm not gonna try to learn it and teach it back to you super quick. And honestly, what I discovered when I was working in my organization was that they just don't use things like that in a lot of places. And so you don't always need the fanciest tools sometimes, because sometimes it's too fancy for your organization. So yeah, so we're gonna use Tableau and Excel basically, and or G Sheets. If you know me from last quarter, part of what I try to do is to decolonize the classroom, which means making sure that things are free. So you won't have to buy any textbooks or anything like that. Everything should be accessible. Students get a year subscription to Tableau. If for some reason you've already used that opportunity, you can also use Tableau Public. So we should be able to get through no matter what. And also, it shouldn't matter if you're on Mac or anything else. So yeah, let's talk about just learning philosophy. So this is greatly informed by the state of the world. It's 2021, but let's face it, it's basically just 2020, the sequel, and sequels are always worse, right? Yeah, as I'm making this recording, the world is, well, Seattle and Washington is on the rise again for cases. We haven't gotten much better on the addressing the social inequities that has been highlighted by the virus, but has always been there. And all of the things that are going on, lawsuit that the school's facing, all sorts of things. There's a lot of stress on students right now, on professors, on people, everything. If I know some of you all are parents, hats off to you to be a student and to have students yourself too. So I understand the world is incredibly stressful right now. Mental health is awful. You know, a lot of people are facing depression and burnout that have never faced it before. And it's just rough. So I just try to follow just being kind and understanding as much as possible. I try to provide trust and grace to you in a way that is more forgiving than what I've experienced in classes before. Just, you know, if you get sick, if you need to miss a class because, you know, somebody else is sick because, you know, you have to fly somewhere or things like that, just communicate with me. That's all I ask. If you don't show up and don't say anything, I'll assume that you blew it off. If you say anything, then, you know, it'll be fine. So all I ask is communication. I will treat you like adults, and I will just, yeah, try not to give you extra stress in your life, because we're here to learn, not stress each other out. I hope that you'll provide me with the same level of grace and understanding, knowing that I am also living through the pandemic and everything else, and facing the same life struggles that y'all are in this world. So we will get through this. You will learn cool things. And yeah, I hope that this quarter, that this class during this quarter will provide you a space to kind of get away from everything else and to improve your marketability and maybe even have some fun. All right, I will see you on Thursday.